Brothers and sisters, what's going on? There is something ancient and raw about us as the original beings. We are Atlanteans, children of Atlantis, and this land Atlantis is actually the birthplace of the original dragons of this entire world. Okay, like we said before, we carry the bloodline of the ancient dragon. Here, what did our dragons? They had dreads, or they had locks, all right, on their head. I'm sorry for saying dreads. That's like a downplay for us to say dreads. But what we got to come to is the fact that to make us deny our identity is to make us to disclaim the land. There's no, like we said before, there's no land called black, but there was a dragon land, which is Atlantis. Atlantis is literally the body of an ancient dragon. She birthed our ancestors who sprung up from the ground like trees, who walked out of the waters, who walked out of the fires, who walked out of the walls of fire, who walked out of plasma, who walked out of ether, who walked out of the wind. This is who we are. There's a raw and ancient power. We are an ancient being. We are beings of a supreme power, brothers and sisters. And we have to understand that we have a whole enemy that is literally fighting against us. We got so many brothers and sisters walking around talking about Hebrew Israelites, children of Yasharala, and all this mess. We are Atlanteans. This is who we are. Let's get this in our heads. We are Atlanteans. Someone says, well, we are Atlantis. I am Atlantis. No, you are an Atlantean. Our identification has been so botched up and so scrutinized by these inorganic beings till they needed us to think that we are who they want us to be. African American, black American, colored, Negro, which all still stems back to the same thing, black. Okay, we have an identity, and when you learn how to tap into that identity, you learn how to tap into that power. All right, what's the most significant thing about us that our enemies don't want us to know? The power of the breath. The power of the breath. The power of us breathing things into existence. The power of us taking back what belongs to us. Our land. Our power. Our dignity. We must see that we are the most dignified people alive. There's something about us that is powerful. Our enemies, the Africans, they want to be who we are. They realize who we are. Their forefathers invaded our land because there was an old battle some time ago where they were trying to conquer the entire galaxy. We fought against them. We beat them. They don't want anyone to know. That's why, they say, well, there's so many books of this Bible that's missing. Yeah, they don't want us to know that we beat the fuck out their ass. It's like we can still do that shit right now. We can beat the fuck out of them goddamn Africans, and they will know what the fuck to do. But we have to learn how to use our magic. Passing our engine through the hands, passing it through the breath, focusing on who we are, we can change the atmosphere. We can change the atmosphere, whether it's the weather atmosphere, whether it's the atmosphere of a situation that we're faced with. We can change anything and everything, brothers and sisters. That power belongs to us. Ultimate power of us returning to a place of absolute control of everything. Why do you think this entire system is scared of us? Oh, I fear for my life. I fear. You should fear for your life. Your forefathers invaded my land to conquer. All right? To conquer. To put us in a place of bondage. Your forefathers came to our land to conquer. You should feel something because we're literally running on the energy of nature. You gotta understand, Great Mother Nature has arisen from her sleep. We must arise from our sleep, the sleep state that so many of the original people are in. Learn how to use your candles and your crystals. You know, learn your chants. I've talked about that on my original channel, Remedy H. You know, they learned this from us because they thought that would bring them a certain level of power. They do everything that we did because they are looking for power that they don't have. They don't have a soul. They don't have anything that's literally going to take them into a higher energy or higher power. I still remember in the late 70s and the early 80s when they were trying to emulate us, and spontaneous combustion was very prevalent among them. Spontaneous combustion was something that happened to them on a regular basis, and then they finally put the information out to tell their people to stop meditating because meditation was evil. So our people took that, and especially our people in the religious group, the Hebrew Israelites, the Baptists, the Methodists, meditation is evil because our people have been mentally trained to take everything that these inorganic beings say and pull it in for themselves as if we are one people, which we are not. The meditation allows you to go within yourself to pull that power and energy from the inside. Gather strength from the inside. That's the whole point of us understanding the power that we have. We have a whole enemy who's working tirelessly against us. And their MO, modus operandi, was the way of doing things. Their MO is the same over and over and over and over again. Their MO is the same. They don't want us to go any higher. They don't want us to focus on taking ourselves to a higher spiritual level. They don't want us to be more powerful. They don't want us to be the beings who we were in the days of old, because this is raw power. Especially saying that the only thing they know how to do is pull out guns and bullets, which so many of our brothers and sisters have been adorned to. Oh yeah, you know, I got a gun, you got that. You know Tai Chi, you know karate. I got this gun to beat your karate. Because why? They don't know magic. They don't understand the power that we have within ourselves the power that we have through gathering information of who we are within ourselves. They don't know that. Yet still, they want to talk about Jesus and a God and a Holy Spirit. We're not on that level. We're above that. We're more powerful than that. A Jesus and a God and a Holy Spirit. You know, that's something that's trivial. That's trivial. And it's not beneficial to our spiritual health. We got to remember about our spiritual health. You know, you got to get to the point where you got to remember, you know, I don't wear the crystals like I used to because I haven't matured, but I still have them around. We got to remember the crystals, the metals, the herbs, the spices. I did that one long session on my main channel a long time ago before it got shut down about the herbs and spices. I'm going to do it again about the herbs and the spices, how to use them, how to take them, how to make yourself more powerful through herbs and spices. Because this is, and you believe in yourself, this is who we were. Now we have another problem. All the streets that are paved, the trees that are cut down, the sun that is hidden through artificial clouds. None of this is natural. So we have to pull that power within us and fight back. Fight back using magic. Using magic. A lot of these inorganic beings won't know why we're doing what we're doing because they're under the belief that this land belongs to them. You understand that? They're under the belief that this land belongs to them, that they brought us over here from Africa to be slaves. That's their belief. But they don't know who they are. They don't know who we are. We must make that introduction for them, so they'll find out who we really are. We are children of the dragon. Children of the dragon. And the power is in our breath. You can use this power anywhere, anytime. All right? The power is within us, brothers and sisters. We are as the original beings. Wake up. Wake up. That power within you is a power that cannot be taken by anyone. All right. That power within you is power that has been passed down from generation to generation. That's why we were told not to mate with these inorganic beings, because it stops that power from being passed down. It stops. It makes a complete stop of that power from being passed down. We as the original beings have to remember to stay with our own. We bring back ancestors and we bring back our ancestral power. And then to teach our children this bullshit fucking religion is literally stuttering so much. All right, bringing so much to a close. All right, so let's grow, brothers and sisters. We got more to come from, the more to go to. Okay, just reiterating some things that that was already being done. We've got to bring ourselves to the point of the absolute. And the first thing is the knowledge of who you are. I am an Atlantean. I am a child, or I'm children of the dragons. I am a descendant of my ancestors who carried that dragon energy within. They knew. We can blow fire from our mouth. We can make fire come from where there was no fire. We can make water come where there was no water. We can make wind blow where there was no wind. This is how the power that we have. We didn't need any electronics and all kind of stuff that they use, chemicals in the air. We didn't need that. If we needed in a certain area to rain, we would make it rain, and then we would stop the rain after so long. This is who we are as original beings. And if you question say how did they tear down the world that we built? They brought their people in the millions. And while we were fighting with them, there are others of their kind, other inorganic beings, destroying the lands that we created and taking claim of it. Yes. A lot of spells, a lot of curses, all kind of things happen. So the spell is broken. Let's bring ourselves back to this absolute power. We're going to go into some powerful videos very soon. All right. Talk to you guys in a minute, and you know the deal. All power to the multi-chakra celestial angelic beings. May chaos reign with you forever and ever and ever. Remember, chaos is everything. Without chaos, there is nothing. All right. Much power to you all.